Alright, so as you can see, we're going to be talking about the final watch, the Season 3 of Marvel's What If. I hope everyone was able to watch it. If you were like me, it was a tough watch. I had a difficult time watching it. I had moments that I was like, oh, this was a good episode. But overall, had a difficult time. It's not bad. My favorite aspect of this subject for episode 2 has been reading everyone else's reviews. Because I'm like, oh, well, I didn't like it, but not because of that, or that, or that. Or my personal favorite from Cosmic Book News, it's trash because of woke Marvel writers. And I went, wow, that's a bold statement. Yeah, no, Reed, it's meh. It is a hardcore meh, but it's not bad. Like I said, Cosmic Book News went hard at it, and I was so confused why. But we'll dive more into it. I'm curious if you guys had any initial thoughts, but until then, I'm gonna get into the news. So there is a new cast, coming out for, hold on, pulling it up. So Baylan Skull, from Ahsoka, he got recasted over the week. For anyone who watched Ahsoka, you are like me, and you fell in love with this dude. He was scary good. He was played by Ray Stevenson, who passed away last year. And Ray Stevenson, up to that point, you saw him in The Punisher, Warzone. You saw him in King Arthur, I believe. You saw What up, platform? He was also, I forget, like, he has had an amazing career. He's been a voice actor for Star Wars before, and then when he was brought in, they lost their, like, he was like, I can't believe they brought me in to be a Jedi, because at the time, it was a shock reveal of who he was going to be, and he killed it. They ended it in a way that you never need to see him again. They left it on a cliffhanger because he's unveiling a mystery. And what's interesting, Reed, is they could have left him alone. They did not have to recast. They could have just been like, yep, boop, gone. So the fact that they were like, no, we have to recast him, just proves that there's a story that they were like, we can't change it. We need Skull in it. So I'm like, okay. The next guy just has to do an amazing job. I've been a Ray Stevenson fan ever since he was in Rome TV show 20 years ago. Yes, he was also in Rome. He is an amazing actor. He is pretty big, and like the way what makes Skull so good is Ray Stevenson's commitment to the character. There's never a moment where it changes. There's never a moment of like dorkiness. He plays it like the way any major Star Wars nerd would play a role if you were told this is your own guy. I have a clip prepared to show you, just for anyone who didn't watch Ahsoka, who's like, I don't know what this guy's about. So, give me 1 second. Oh, don't be as good as the Harry Potter replacement. That's just triggering to me, because you all know I am a big OG Dumbledore guy. I was not a fan of the new one. Okay, so this is the very first time for Ahsoka. This is the clip that was used a lot. This is the very first time that you see Baylan Skull come into the show. Like, his ship arrives, and this is our first reveal. Episode 1, right?
Thank you for allowing us to come on board, Captain.
Hail. If you don't mind me saying, it's quite a surprise meeting Jedi out here.
Our existence remains a mystery to most, Captain Hale.
I bet it does.
Here it comes!
You put on a good show, but I don't buy it.
I don't understand.
You're no Jedi. just some overconfident Imperial trash who just push their luck too far.
You're making a mistake.
And you, sir, should have surrendered when the Empire collapsed. Jacris, get RD3 to scan these imposters for identification.
Allow me to show you our identification.
Right? The music!
You're right about one thing, Captain. We are no Jedi.
It's just so good! He's just so good! Okay. So, now we're gonna see, like, kind of a moment. But what's coming up? I want you to watch how Baylan Skull marches. It's very Vader-like. And it's going to be very... This... Episode 4! Episode 4! Just look how big he is! Look how massive this man is! Ah! Ah! So... There, yeah, so there was that. So... He, oh, sorry, hold on. So that is, yeah, very Vader vibes. Like, that's what freaked me out. And as the show goes on, Ray Stevenson's character Skull says, like, oh, I knew Anakin. I knew him before he turned into what he became, or whatever the quote is. So he trained, and they're like, but he never spoke of you. So it's like, who is this guy? So that's why I'm excited to see where the story goes. And, look how massive... Title of my sex. Okay, that's on me. I did walk into that, so fair. Fair. But, okay, so this is who is now going to play him in, Season 2 of Ahsoka. That's not it. Sorry. The Hound! The Hound from the, Game of Thrones, who is... Hold on. Where's my script? Rory McCann. Or McCain? McCann is gonna play Baylan Skull in Ahsoka Season 2. So it's still gonna be a massive man. I loved him as the Hound. I have not seen him in anything else. That's on me. I did walk. Oh, come on! Just walking into all this stuff. But yeah, no, like legitimately, I am happy that the character is not going away. I truly love the character of Skull, and I want to see more of it. I would love to see Ahsoka and him fight more and more, and I want to see how his story continues. But with McCann, I hope I'm saying it right, by the way. I hope that we don't lose the silent confidence that Stevenson brought, because what made Skull so scary was he was in such control. And when I think of the Hound, I think of someone who knew he was going to win, but it didn't feel as controlled as what we saw in that scene with Ray Stevenson with the lightsaber just going here, here, here. The Hound was just like slashing and bashing. So I'm very intrigued to see how Rory does it, or if he's like a straight up just copy and paste and doesn't add anything, which is also a negative aspect in that sense, where it's like, we casted you, please at least bring your own thing to it. Edible Fate, timeout. You're on timeout, Edible Fate. Jesus. But yeah, no. So I'm gonna be very intrigued to see what comes out of this casting. And I'm hoping we see something very soon. I know we're getting basically nothing in 2025 outside of Andor. I don't think we're getting anything Christmas unless they surprise me. But I'm pretty sure Andor Season 2 is the only Star Wars title coming out in 2025. And then 2026 is when we get the Mandalorian Grogu film. And then possibly Ahsoka Season 2. But I don't think that's... we're going to be waiting a bit. But it's going to be interesting to see what we get in that. The next story that we got is gonna be a little bit more confusing. This next one, when I was reading it, I was like, this isn't real. This is not real. But the hell? I'm on. There we go. Will Smith posted a weird Instagram story. People believe that he was going to be time out being the name of your. Okay, Sarah. Avidal Fate does not need your help. But yeah, no. Will Smith posted an Instagram post that made everyone think that he was going to be the next Matrix project that's coming out, because everyone knows that Will Smith was offered the role of Neo. He was given the script, and he said, "This is the weirdest script I have ever read." I'm sure he chose different words, but on the record, he's like, it was just weird. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I didn't know how they were going to do it. And so instead, he chose Wild Wild West. And everyone always wonders, what would the Matrix be like if he actually said yes to playing Neo? And I just don't... I can't see Will Smith doing what Keanu Reeves did. He's got too much personality. Keanu Reeves plays, like, dead inside really well. The thing about Neo is he always seemed kind of like a machine, right? Like, his emotions are inward. He was reserved. He was not the loud one. He was the one, but he was not the personality. You weren't watching The Matrix for Neo's personality. Start channeling... Oh, yeah, right? That whole chunk and cucumber energy coming right at me, it seems like. Oh my gosh. I know. But it will fate. Pretty soon you're going to have just a welcome party. I don't know. It is still weird to me that we live in a world where Perception Studio is not here. I hope art does something moving forward, but it's just weird that we are living in this world. Oh, Sarah, you're good. This, yeah. The whole chunk and cucumber energy coming right at you. Oh. How did I not see? I'm gonna have to be like, I am choosing. Oh, it's gonna be like this. Hi, my name is the Rogue Geek. This is my safe answer. It's gonna be like Sam Eagle telling me what I can and cannot say, so I don't get in trouble with the sponsors. By the way, that is a Muppets reference from their ABC series. If you have not seen it, you gotta watch it. It is so good. Muppet Sassy Kermit is my favorite Muppet. Otherwise, it's Gonzo. You lose the filters. 2025 goal. Oh god. Am I still seething with rage after the announcement of the closure towards one individual? Yes, I am. You and Brooke were holding your tongue so much. Yes, I was. Wolver Connie knows why. I try and behave most of the time. Yep. Yeah, no, so what was it talking about? So yeah, so this is, hold on. You have to see what he posted. This is the post. And by the way, this is on Instagram, and it's coming at you like a computer. In 1997, the Wachowskis offered Will Smith the role of Neo in The Matrix. Smith turned it down, and he chose Wild Wild West, believing it was a better fit for him at the time. But the question remains, what would The Matrix have been like with Will Smith as Neo? Wake up, Will, and then it says, The Matrix has you, which is, I believe, it's on this one. Yeah, The Matrix has you. So, that's what he posted, and everyone was like, oh my god, is Will Smith going to be in the next Matrix? And I literally was like, dude, after he slapped someone, and Bad Boys 20 bombed? That is a, okay, sure. I don't want another Matrix. I enjoy 1, 2, and 3. And yes, I have enjoyed 3. The fourth one was fine. I enjoyed the fourth one, but it just felt like they were trying to rekindle something and they just had a hard time. And so the sacrifices in the original trilogy didn't feel like sacrifices anymore. So I was like, let's just leave it alone. If the studios are begging for another Matrix, if they're begging for anything of that in that world, either take that universe and tell a completely new story with new characters and just move on. Leave Neo, Trinity, Morpheus, leave them all behind. Just tell a new story. Or tell the same story, but new. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say, oh god, like, I can't think of it. Like, Hollywood's out of ideas, so all they're doing is remaking it. I don't want to remake, but if they're gonna do anything, just remake it. Don't give me the continuation of the Matrix trilogy. It's just kind of insulting it. So either sidebar and move forward, or just remake. I don't want more parts. Ooh, girl, sips on my beer. I'm still salty too, but I got other problems to my Rector H2. Yeah. Oh, Wolverconi is correct. 2025, we're just moving on and ignoring the bullshit that was the end of 2024. Alright, well, we have gotten a Matrix tie-in song. Probably, especially back then, Will Smith's, almost every project Will Smith was in ended with a music video of Will Smith. Now, if Will Smith was in the Matrix, I would have been very disappointed that I could not watch the film. I couldn't watch The Matrix until I was way older. And I loved Will Smith as a kid. So when the fact that he did Wild Wild West, absolutely loved it. Men in Black, absolutely loved it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, absolutely loved it. As you can see the pattern here. So young me is happy that Will Smith made a terrible career choice. Adult me is also happy that he made a terrible career choice, because I don't think The Matrix would have been good with him as Neo. I cannot stress that enough. He has too much charisma. Will Smith would have been like, damn, when he gets like attacked or punched. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That whole, like, he cocks back his head and then he aggressively throws it down going, damn. Like, Jim Carrey has the hand forward, hand back, yelling, no, in front of explosions. Will Smith has the damn. At least back then he did. Matrix was in Grandma's naughty dresser drawer? Actually, no. She did not have it. I think we rented it from Blockbuster when I was in high school. So when I was in high school, Matrix was already about 3 years old. Reloaded was about to come out when I was finally able to watch Matrix 1. Because Reloaded, I believe, came out in 2002. I think. I did not look this up. This was not part of my research for today's episode. Yeah, it would not have been the same with Will Smith. I 100% agree. 100% correct. Bad Boys was a perfect franchise for him. Matrix is fine the way it is. I just love that last line. Matrix is fine the way it is. Because I'm just picturing like the fine the way it is. Alright. So yeah. So that was that one. Yeah, so that was that story. There was a third story that I found, that I'm not even gonna, I feel weird that I'm not giving it attention, because everyone was talking about it. It was last week's top news story. And everyone has different opinions about this story. Everyone either freaked out or said it's time. And I don't have any images for this one, so I apologize, but it was Marvel is considering. So they're not doing it yet. It's considering, which is why I'm not giving this story more attention than I'm doing right now. And it's they are considering recasting T'Challa, so that the Black Panther can move forward. I don't think they have to, moving on with Shuri and then letting T'Challa grow up. T'Challa Jr. or whatever his full name is. I know it would be confusing to go T'Challa, but like T'Challa's son T'Challa, is I think a fine replacement, and you can put him on the Young Avengers. Like you can do that aspect. We don't need to see King T'Challa come back. We can just leave that character alone and let Shuri be the Black Panther until older, like his son comes of age. Will Smith wouldn't be able to slap Hugo Weaving. Oh, that was good. When did I graduate high school? I graduated high school in 2005, which is why me graduating college this year is hilarious. It took me 20 years to graduate college. It also was a weird feeling knowing that my final year of college was essentially the same way that my final year of high school was, where I only needed the first half, and then the second half was a joke. So luckily for college, when you're done with the first half, the second half you don't have to show up. Whereas in high school, it's like, yeah, you're done, but come on. So, woo. But yeah, no, 20 years ago is when I graduated high school. Oh, thank you, Orbital Fate. You can trick people in saying you're younger than you are by saying, I graduate college this year. I know, and it works. It freaks. My favorite is like, oh yeah, I graduated high school 20 years ago. And then you tell people, oh, I just graduated college. They don't know how to react. Like, they legitimately don't know until I go like, I do like, when I stand up and I go, like, that gives me away. The gray in my beard and my hair, I guess, doesn't. But it's when I do the old man's noises or when I don't catch references. I don't know. I don't know. I do love that a lot of my older stuff is... Okay, I'm back. Oh my god. It just, the internet jet. That's all that happened. But I'm here. I'm still here. We all good. In the club, we all fam. I just love that line. But yeah, no, it just dipped. I don't know why. Oh man. Gonna have to fill this up pretty soon here. Okay. So that's all the news. That's all that you've missed this week. It was literally the, well, I mean, not all of it. Creature Commandos ended, but we're going to talk about that next week. But yeah, no, so you missed, the recasting of Skull. Will Smith he officially came out, and the studio came out and said Will Smith is not in the Matrix. So, it was, Warner Brothers said he is not joining the new Matrix project being directed by Drew Goddard. So, like, this, I don't know what Will Smith is doing. People think it's a new album, but he's not in it. So that's the news story 2, and the news story 3 is the recasting, the possible recasting of T'Challa. So that's it. That's all you missed. And now we can get into What If. Big red button! Alright, no, Kira doesn't push the big... Oh, jeez. Don't push the big red button. I love how in almost every franchise there's at least like don't push it, and then they always push it, and it's always like wow. That always makes me giggle. All right. I need to refill my water, so I will be right back. But while I'm doing this, I'm gonna put on the trailer to season 3, and hopefully I'm back in time. Okay. Be right.
Let's begin. Up for an adventure?
Always.
To understand, you must learn to see.
What exactly are you proposing?
It's showtime.
Here we go!
Howard, are you sure you can fly this?
Are you kidding? I'm a duck. I was born to fly. Strap in.
Oh, move over.
If we all go down, the world will be left defenseless.
This is the shot we have. We may not get another one. Let's finish it.
Oh, we're good to go.
Avenger, assemble.
Light 'em up now.
This is where your story ends.
With some mysteries, the only answer is what if?
Maybe it's time that we called in some help.
I am Skull, goddess of thunder.
I will admit that part was really fucking cool. Okay, let's see here. 620, blaze it! Oh, Jesus. Kira's bored as hell? Oh my god. Kira's saying they're bored! I am not entertaining enough! I am sorry! I am doing the best I can! Hot take. I like mechs, but the idea of Black Widow in a mech is stupid. Mechs are big and stompy. Black Widow is stealthy. Okay. So, the thing about what ifs that I absolutely love is the aspect of, let's just change a little thing. That mech is essentially, they did, either, oh god, they're, it's an anime I can't think of where everyone dies, with mechs, and it's apparently a Gundam Wing, I want to say, question mark? That's probably wrong. I know there's an anime that I didn't know was super dark, and it's like, no, dude, everyone dies. And I'm like, okay, and I think it's Gundam. Or Pacific Rim for the American audience, the basic American audience who watched that film. So it was like, there's monsters, but now we need to make mechs to fight the monsters. I was like, okay. So Black Widow having it doesn't make sense. I agree. But in that universe, where it's like, well, if I don't have a mech, I can't fight, I was okay with it. Dance, monkey dance. Jesus. Not that Muppets quote. I'm about to hop off and go to sleep. Oh, no. Well, I hope you feel better, Sarah. Have a great night for whenever you decide to hop off. Unless it's right now. And then sleep tight. I hope you have... I hope you're able to put your head on the pillow and then immediately fall asleep. Because what drives me insane is always when it's like, okay, I'm going to bed. Wide awake. Why is every thought coming into my mind at once? Which, by the way, random thought, or transit, whatever. But last night I tried sleeping with I usually go to bed with The Office. I put The Office on, and it puts me to sleep. It's calming, and boom. So if my roommates always know when I'm falling asleep, when you hear the Office theme playing, and I tried to put my TV on low, but like these walls have thin walls. But I was like, you know what? I need to start weaning off it. I need to go to bed. And I had the worst nightmare where I was convinced something was like trying to like be, it was like I in the dream I was like asleep and something was like right here, and then when I woke up it was gone, but I knew something was staring at me, and then I had this feeling like up my spine of like something bad is in this room. I need to turn the light on. But I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was frozen. And I was like, oh my god, this is how I die. Paranormal. No one will believe me. And I was like trying to reach for the light, and I just couldn't. I could not move. And then I finally used all my willpower to reach out and turn the light on. And when I did that, I woke up and I went, that was the trippiest fucking shit, because it was my room. It wasn't like I was in my parents' house, you know, my old bedroom, or someone else's house, or an old apartment I used to live in. This was like, I fell asleep and then I woke up in this room. And it was weird. It was wild. I have goosebumps. Like, you can't see it, I don't think. But I have goosebumps just fucking thinking about that shit. Like, it freaked me out. And then I immediately turned on The Office and I passed out asleep and I was fine. But, like, I'm going to need The Office for at least a week. Because it was such a scary dream. I bet it was Chunk in your nightmare. Oh, God, right? Sleep paralysis demon? Is that what that is? Hold on. Is that what that is? I thought a sleep paralysis demon was, like you saw it, or it, I don't know. Fuck. Too many people are saying the same. What is it? Wait, hold on. Nope, hold on. Time out. Quit saying it and just tell me what it is. I've had sleep, Googling, hold on. We are Googling. What is a sleep paralysis demon? Okay. Hypnotic hallucination that occurs during sleep. A sleep paralysis demon is a hypnotic hallucination that occurs during sleep paralysis. Is often experienced as a presence in the room, sometimes taking the shape of a childhood fairy tale villains. Sleep demons are different from nightmares, as individuals are semi-aware during the hallucination. They occur when a person is jolted awake in the middle of a rapid eye movement. Oh. Oh, fuck. People used to think sleep paralysis was caused by demons or other supernatural things, but in reality it's pretty common. Okay. Hardliner, before I Google some weird shit, who's Rupert Chunk? Because that just sounds like Chunk. They could also be a shadowy figure and not have a corporeal form. Fuck, that's trippy. Oh, man. Okay, so I guess I had that. That's trippy, y'all. That's super trippy. Rupert Chunk invented Chunky Peanut Butter? Oh. That's Chuck's name. Oh, okay. They could also, some people have associated in modern days with alien abductions. Shit. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if that's what happened? But yeah, no. It freaked me out. Alright. Salt the window in your bedroom and sage the room. I've already saged this room before. I don't have sage. My contact doesn't talk to me anymore. Cole got probed! Hey, that guy robbed! Yay, Rams! Yes! Whose house? Okay. Connie's like, I got it! Oh, what is it? Help is on the way, dear! Help is on the way! And yes, that was my attempt at a British accent. Don't judge. I never said that was good. But anyway. Eagles. Jesus. Okay, Rob. Coming. Didn't even wait 24 hours. It's gonna be an interesting 7 days with you, Rob. It's gonna be an interesting 7 days. But yeah, so, what if? Season 3. I said at the beginning of the show, and I'm gonna stick with it. It's gonna love it. It was a giant meh season for me. Knowing that this is how it's going to end, this is the final watch, right? This is how they're ending the show. After this, we're going to get Marvel Zombies, which is a continuation. which is not the same thing as What If. For everyone who does not know, What If was originally a comic series that started in 1977. In the first issue was What If Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four. And that's what all of those comics were like. It was what if a little thing was different. Like, what if Uncle Ben didn't die? What if Mr. Fantastic was actually found guilty and wasn't able to save the Earth? So it's like little things like that. So that's what I enjoyed. What If Season 3 kind of had those moments, but it was a little more ridiculous. I had a few favorite episodes, but like overall, it didn't feel like a What If. It felt like a continuation of an actual story. And I'm like, that's fine. It just doesn't, like, the original promise of What If was, we're going to show you individual episodes that are minor, and then see how they all, like, how the world would be different. Like, kind of like Visions, Star Wars Visions. That's what I thought What If was going to be like. But Season 1, all the stories kind of came together. Season 2, all the stories kind of came together. So 3, just following the pattern. All the stories come together, but like it was a full circle where Ultron comes back, and I found a lot of it like you just wanted to tell the last 3. Everything leading up to it was ridiculous, but I did have some favorites. What if oh Jesus, Kira, that was terrible. Alright, so, hold on, let me pull up some of my favorites. Hold on, I'm looking for main story. Perfect. Okay, so, this one, is definitely on the, it's not my all-time favorite episode of it, but it was one of the first ones that made me go, okay. And in this one, it's, what if Howard the Duck and Darcy got together? And so in this universe, Howard the Duck and Darcy got together at the party that Thor threw in like season 1, and I thought the synopsis was really funny. I wish they made each episode's own thing. Yes, instead of having any connection between them, then you could have the Wall episode, like, what if Tony Stark was a Scientologist? Yes! Like, things like that is kind of what I want to see. Like, change little things and show me how much different they will be. Like, just things like that. Like, what if no one believed that Peter Parker was Spider-Man? How much different would No Way Home have been? Things like that. Howard the Duck is Bet Marvel, by the way. Oh, best. Oh, Jesus. Platforms is coming at me. I disagree entirely with that. But in this, I enjoyed Howard the Duck with Darcy. I absolutely thought those two kind of made sense. And then their child had me laughing. I don't know anything about that character. I don't know if it was made specifically for Marvel's What If. But she ends up being one of the guardians of the multiverse. But this story with Howard, I thought was pretty cute because like they mesh so well. Well, anyway, the story it goes, they literally have a child, and then because it comes out like an egg, the Grandmaster wants to eat it, and then it becomes super powerful, so then everyone's fighting over this egg. And the story is so ridiculous where it's the entire villain arc of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is coming after this egg. And then they all get Indiana Jones and the Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark with the Ark of the Covenant coming out and all of them just getting like shot with light and like their mouths, they go, ah, and they all die. That's kind of how it ends. And I'm like, this is so stupid. The egg hatches with them singing a love melody from the 80s together. And I'm like, okay. So, like, that was the first episode, and I think it's the middle of the season, by the way, that made me go, I am down to see more. But up to that point, I was struggle busting. I love Creature Commandos. I was like, every time a new episode came out, I was done. I was like watching it, right? But with What If, I was like, okay, I'm gonna coax myself. We're doing this for the show. Here we go. And I would watch one episode, and I'm like, I have time until next week. So, I got April and Andy vibes. Yes, it really did. Howard is an idiot. I didn't realize how much of an idiot Howard is until Darcy was just like, come on. But like, she's also an idiot, but she's the smarter of the idiots. So the dynamic made sense. It was cute. I enjoyed seeing that story. It did go on a little too long. I wish, like, because like the whole thing was keeping the egg alive, protecting their baby, and no one believing that they could actually raise this baby. So like, I understood the synopsis, but for like almost 40 minutes, it was a bit long. Do you remember that 80s or 90s children's film about the girl going through the mirror to the world of ducks that drink human tea? If that's not a real film, Kira did drugs in the 90s. That's all I'm hearing. I've never heard of that. I can't even pretend to, I don't know. I don't even know if that's animated, if that's live action, because the 90s was wild. 90s was wild. Duck boobs from Howard the Duck movie may have been the first boobs I saw in oh Jesus. Feels like a fever dream, but I swear it's real. Oh, it was live action. Okay. Alright. So yeah, so that was one of my first ones that I really liked. The other one that I really liked, which I kind of bummed that it's not a movie, is the Red Guardian episode. And it was titled, What If Red Guardian Beat the Winter Soldier? So I come into this episode thinking he is now going to fight the Winter Soldier. But this is how it starts, with him being part of the circle with the Avengers. And they're like, huh? And he's like, hey. I could not stop laughing at how well these two got together. Like, they went, like, they're cute. Like, he was so, like, funny, and then Bucky was so dry. And it was the perfect buddy cop comedy I have ever seen in this episode. I wanted more. I wish it was live action. I would love, that made me excited for Thunderbolts. Just to see these two in action. I'm gonna be bummed that they're older, right? It's obviously, Red Guardian is now a dad bod, and he's got, like, the beard. Like, it's like, okay, we've kind of going a little crazy. But yeah, Magic in the Mirror. Oh, I've never even heard of that platform. Kira, I'm so sorry. 96. What is Magic in the Mirror? Okay, hold on. All right. We gotta. I have to check this out. I have to. Hold on. Let's see.
Delivery for Mr. Dennis.
They don't make mirrors like this anymore.
Okay.
Mary Margaret has just received a gift from the past.
Beautiful, isn't it?
But this was no ordinary mirror.
It never is.
With a single touch,
The Matrix!
it would lead her into a world of wonder.
Who are you? What are you?
What is this? A dream?
She must be in there. But how is it possible?
There is a disturbance in the universe. A mirror has been breached.
The biggest disaster in 100 years.
Here, Mary Margaret and her newfound friends would embark on an incredible journey to see the Queen.
You want to see the Queen? Then the Queen you shall see. But mark my words. You may live to regret it.
I hereby sentence you to planting. It's not fair! You didn't even listen to what happened! I don't have to listen to anything. I I'm the queen.
It's not so bad. It'll grow on you.
They'll face powerful enemies.
There she is! The people child!
Come on, people, move your skinny butt!
What do they want with me?
You're the people! Everybody knows that peoples make the best tea.
Bring me my tea!
It may pleasure your victitude.
I feel like I
She
saw
must use
this.
every bit of courage to get back home.
Jew is not going to do you a bit of good, little people.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is.
You think you can fix her?
In the tradition of Alice in Wonderland,
Hey, Margaret! Get out of the way! Duck! Duck! Gross duck.
What the fuck?
Paramount Home Video presents a new twist on a timeless tale about the magic in us all. Magic in the Mirror.
I actually think I've seen that. It's the ducks. Like, that looked so familiar. Oh my god. Them wanting to kill her to make her out of tea creeped me the fuck out. Well, that's the 90s for you. Like, everything was like, yeah, we're here to kill you. And it's like, oh my god. Oh. I'm only taking a little bit. I'm not gonna look up the trailer for Legend just yet. Not tonight and now. But, that, oh my god. That is wild. Okay. The other one for going back to What If, right? This Shang-Chi was amazing. It was called What If 1877, and this one I was so excited to see. I wanted more. I wanted more of that because it was Shang-Chi and he was called Ten Rings. They didn't call him, like, he had his name, right? But his cowboy name was Ten Rings. And he didn't have the 10 rings on him like a mystical force, but that when you rang the bell 10 times, like if it rang 10 times, he arrived. So 10 rings. And I went, oh my god. And then he was with Hawkeye, which was Kate Bishop's character, but she was the Deadeye. So she had she was like shooting like crazy. And I'm a sucker for a good Western, and oh my god. It was literally the Shang-Chi movie. Like, it's all it was. It was Shang-Chi, but instead of it being in 2021? 2019? I forget what year it came out. I'm gonna say 21. It was 1877. So, it was, oh man, I cannot stress how good it was. This was, it was so good. Like, look at that shot. Like, it was... The story was well done. The cowboy element was great. And the thing that made this episode of What If so special to me was it wasn't just a what if in the sense of like what if it happens in this era, right? There was still elements of like energy. So it was like this seems like it's powered by Stark. So it's like, okay, so there is technology, but it's not advanced. It's kind of like Wild Wild West, going back to Will Smith, right? This had technology that was advanced, but not super advanced that it was normal. So they were all like confused that the train could fly. And they had basic weapons, and he's like, I need someone to take off my hat so he could fight because the hat would get in his way. So like there were rules, and I would love to see every character have in this Western universe. Like, I know we're about to get Marvel Zombies, and we're gonna get that story, but I would love to see a Western Marvel, and then just go on in that sense. There is an Alice in Wonderland from the 80s that got scary. She was in her house, but oh, jeez. She reads a book about the Jabberwocky, and it suddenly breaks. Oh, that is terrifying. Oh, you guys are just going back on Magic in the Mirror. Oh, for the Legend, Tim Curry. Yep. Now, what was I gonna say? What if in general, like the entire synopsis, the one thing about it that I keep coming back to is that it didn't land as well as like X-Men 97. And it felt like because they didn't know how hard to go, they just were telling some fun story. And a lot of reviews that I saw online was complaining that it sucked because of wokeness, because they were focusing on characters that no one cared about. And this season 3 was definitely phase 4 and 5. Like, there were Eternals, there was Agatha, it was Kate Bishop as Hawkeye, Shang-Chi, Sam Wilson was Captain America. Like, they focused on the newer cast. And personally, with where we are in storytelling for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that's what we have to do. And I do not fault What If for using those characters. If the universe is going to survive, we have to grow with the cast. Steve Rogers is gone. Tony Stark is gone. We need to stop holding on to them. And yes, they're going to come back for Doom. Like that Doom thing, that the next Avengers film. Like, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doom. Chris Evans is most likely coming back as both Steve Rogers and probably Captain Hydra. Like, there's a good chance that's going to happen. But we as fans, we just need to let them tell their stories and move forward. I hate that we don't have a sequel to Shang-Chi. I hate that Black Panther did not do better. Because that was such an amazing film. And yes, it's dark and yeah, it's sad. But it was so good. Eternals still should have been a miniseries. Making it a movie was a disservice. Each Eternal should have had its own episode where it all ends with the finale. But Eternals wasn't bad. It was just the wrong medium. I know that one, the cast... Okay, hold on. I just realized I have no music playing, and I'm going insane. Alright. I know that one, that cast for was insane. Never saw it when it was... Okay. What if Aunt May was the one who got bit by a spider? What if instead of blindness, Daredevil just lost his sense of smell? See, these are the things that I would love to see more of. But with Captain Carter becoming the main character, the Watcher becoming a character... I want to know how they will move forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because you gave us these characters, and they're now separate and they're doing their own thing. So I would love to see how they're going to connect. I kind of wish that What If allowed itself to be more ridiculous. And focus more on the minute details and how they change, and then run away with that. Because, like, the zombies, right? The minor change of the What If is that when Hank Pym went back to find his wife that we saw in Ant-Man, when he went to go rescue her, she was there, she was in the quantum realm, but she got a disease from it. And that disease, that quantum disease... turned her into a zombie, and it was infectious, and then voila, Marvel Zombies. That's creative writing. That's clever writing. That is finding a way to make a minor thing turn into a bigger problem, hence the What If episode. Just having Thor throwing a party is like, okay, why? You know, like, I would love to see more minute. But the most important thing to remember as fans, you don't have to like it. It may not be for you, but just hating it because of wokeness is the lamest, most childish thing I've ever heard. Alright. What if instead... Oh, he'd be boring. Instead of lost his sense of smell, it's not his eyesight, he was a smell, right? And he's just like, I'm exactly the same. He just can't smell anything. What if the blob went straight and became a muck... Oh, Jesus. I want macaroni and cheese. I'm so glad I read that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hey, it's almost 10 o'clock. Alright. well, that's all I got for What If Season 3. I will say, the What If series is worth watching at least once. There was a lot of interesting stuff you can watch the whole series now because it's all out. There was a lot of interesting stories. Will I go back and rewatch them? No. This show, I was good. I'm happy to have seen it once. I don't see myself watching it again. But if I'm ever somewhere and someone has the episodes on, I'm not groaning in sadness. I'm just being like, oh, okay, it's on. But I won't go back and rewatch it. There were elements. The animation was fun. The voiceover acting was interesting. It was captivating enough, but it was unique that they brought in half the cast of the real voice actors and then voice actors to fill in for the cast who wouldn't show up. So that was kind of a bit like, so you brought them, but not him. I'm a all in or none kind of guy, and so it was just interesting that they went 50-50, or not 50-50, but they went like a mix of the two. You love confused, yeah. I mean, you're doing a great job because you're saying stuff, and I'm like, huh? Sometimes they keep up, sometimes I just get left in the dust, and today's been leaving the dust kind of day. But yeah, no. So if you guys want to watch it, definitely worth checking out. Otherwise, just hang out and I'll tell you. Now, for the show next week, hold on. Let me pull up my schedule. So, next week is going to be Creature Commandos. That's what we're going to be talking about. That is the very first iteration of the new DCU being helmed by James Gunn. Technically the first film is Superman that comes out in July of 2025. And everyone's very excited, myself included. And there was already a trailer for it and all that stuff. But this was the first storytelling. So from it, we got an idea of what is canon already, what the vibe is going to be, and who the characters are as of now, moving forward. I absolutely loved it. I ate up every episode. I have such high hopes now for the DCU, and going to continue talking more about this next week. But that is next week's show is Creature Commandos, and then after that is Skeleton Crew. So if you want to be current with me and you want to comment with me and you want to talk and geek out with me, those are the next 2 weeks. So it is going to be Creature Commando, and then the following week, Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew ends this Tuesday. So tomorrow the final episode releases. And then Creature Commandos is already out. It's already done. So if you wanted to binge it all, you can. Random confusing compliment for you, but genuine. You have a nice smile, dude. Nice to see. Thank you. Thank you. I've done nothing but rest. I'm losing my mind because I won't even be able to do anything else. Oh, man. No, yeah. When I'm sick in bed, I hate doing nothing. What I hate the most is when I'm sick in bed and I am just laying there, right? And then I go, huh, I'm fine. And then I stand up and I go, oh my god. And then I collapse back in bed. So that will forever be one of my biggest things that drive me crazy when I'm sick. But anyway, if you want to follow me, it's the show. I'm not ending the stream just yet. I'm just ending it for the YouTube aspect. If you want to follow me, it's the Rogue Geek on all social media. On Twitch, it's the Rogue Geek 23 because apparently some dude took the Rogue Geek before me, and I'm very annoyed by that. But I'm the Rogue Geek 23 on Twitch. You can follow me also on Welcome Party, which is where I do a live show. Not live show. I do a show with JPG and Alex. And that's going to be on YouTube pretty soon here. Coming out this year, along with almost everything else, right? But yeah, no, soon that's going to be happening. We're doing live shows with them, and I'm very excited. But until then, I'm just doing this. So yeah. See y'all next week.